Curling is a sport where players slide a stone across a sheet of ice at a target on the opposite end. Behind me, Katy is teaching some beginners how to curl for their first time. Victims of domestic violence and those affected by it decorate t-shirts like these to share their story. Players like Michelle and Susanna have to balance their college careers with their Olympic dreams. School districts across the state of North Dakota were granted access to $3 million in order to improve student safety. The money was dispersed based on student population, and the Grand Forks Public School District itself was granted access to $215,000. There's a lot of downtime at a rodeo. Mike keeps the crowd entertained from start to finish.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you...
College comes with many decisions.
I went to college for about 3 years, not knowing really what I wanted to do.
But Jim found his right path.
I came across architecture, which was kind of a nice merger of art and science, and I just kind of fell into it.
As his career progressed, so did the requirements.
I saw younger people coming up that knew a lot more about sustainability and energy efficiency and what that meant.
So he became an accredited professional in a global concept.
The US GBC, it's United States Green Building Council, and they've standardized what it means to be green. And within that, they have LEED, L-E-E-D. It's leadership in energy and environmental design. And it really set up some standards that you can measure from building to building.
Buildings like the Gretzky Alumni Center actually conserve energy and have an environmentally friendly design.
You just get this sense of you're kind of doing something to help the environment by just where you work.
The Princeton Review and USGBC published a book profiling colleges with a strong commitment to sustainability. The book named the University of North Dakota a green college.
Really does set a great example for the rest of the state and all the institutions in the state that you can do this.
Hamza knows what it's like to move. He moved from Massachusetts to Minneapolis to Grand Forks, North Dakota. Before that, he made a bigger move.
When I came to America, I was lucky because my parents and my siblings were living in America before me.
Right behind me inside Lutheran Social Services, North Dakota, new Americans are learning how to adjust to their life in Grand Forks, North Dakota through a cultural orientation.
Any questions?
These people left behind such hard lives that they refuse to show their faces on camera. To some people, what is taught here may seem to be common sense, but to others, this is a foreign concept.
The snow outside would be reason to leave and go somewhere else, as opposed to, put your hat and your gloves on.
It's a wonderful thing, and being able to accept people into the community is just, and being part of that, of welcoming new Americans here, just gives me a really good feeling that I take with me when I leave at the end of the day.
Hamza helps by translating. Many of the people who take this orientation fled their home country. The program helps with the transition.
To help them through the application process, the interview process, the background checks, all of that, so that they can be considered for third country resettlement.
But sometimes it's kind of hard for other people who don't have family in America that help them with translating or help them go for shopping or take them to the malls or stores.
But it's worth it.
Or they're looking for a new life, new beginning, new start.
People like Hamza help others create a new foundation. Schools are institutions for learning. They educate children in what is hopefully a safe environment.
We want to supply a very safe and secure place for young people to attend.
Buck has been the principal at Central High School for 6 years, and a father for many more.
We expect the same things as all of the other parents.
Which most would agree is a reasonable request.
I think parents want the schools to do everything they can possibly do to keep schools safe.
School districts across the state of North Dakota were granted access to $3 million in order to improve student safety. The money was dispersed based on student population, and the Grand Forks Public School District itself was granted access to $215,000.
First of all, we're very thankful that the legislature feels this is an important investment because it is needed. I think all districts can look at improving safety.
The money granted does not come free.
And it is a matching grant program, so you have to spend the money in order to get reimbursed at about a 50% rate. So there's still some investment on behalf of the district.
We're not exempt from, the possibility that something could happen here, So we are always on guard, we're always looking, and if something is not right, we take care of it.
Our community needs to know that their students are going to be safe in our environment, so we take that very seriously.
Schools are taking a more and more proactive approach to ensure children's safety. Enhancing security is part of their plan to reach that goal. Reporting for Studio One, I'm Katy Wilson. Determination can make or break an athlete's career. For one Danish girl, determination started early.
I would just go out there, take 1-2 steps, fall, 1-2 step, fall, because I was so stubborn.
She fully understands what it means to come to the rink every day and put in a full effort.
Michelle knows sacrifice. As a teen, she moved from home in Denmark to Finland. The goal was to gain dual citizenship in order to play for the Finnish national team. This year, one of her younger Finnish teammates joined her at the University of North Dakota.
Of course, it's easier to come if you know someone from here, and Michelle doesn't speak Finnish so much, but I think that's a good, because now I have to speak English more.
Michelle's accomplishments go beyond being a captain for a Division I hockey team.
She already has an Olympics under her belt, and Michelle was one of the go-to players for Finland last time around. I think it's even more so this time.
4 years ago, Michelle helped Finland win 3rd place in Vancouver. This winter, Michelle and Susanna will join Finland in Sochi.
Finland has a great opportunity this Winter Olympics, we think, to take another step forward and jump into the mix with the U.S. and Canada.
Players like Michelle and Susanna have to balance their college careers with their Olympic dreams.
I think it's just all about commitment. You have commitments all 3 places, and it's just about putting the time and effort into getting stuff done.
Although the work may not always be fun, Michelle stays determined by thinking about the bigger picture. Reporting for Studio One, I'm Katy Wilson. If you're planning on selling your old car, now may be the time to part ways. Think of a judge sitting in a courtroom. The image that comes to many people's minds may be changing, and we'll tell you why. But first, GM was forced to recall more than 2.6 million vehicles due to ignition problems. The company's credibility level reached an all-time low. The tiny fibers can actually cause cancer. We'll show you how people are being trained to test for this dangerous material, but first, a bomb from World War II exploded and killed at least 7 people at a warehouse in Bangkok, Thailand. You can find out more about Casey and his work on his website at caseyopstead.com. You know, Avery, it's really neat that all those little pieces come together and make a bigger picture. Students are often told to sit still during the school day to get the most out of their education. A new report by the World Health Organization says air pollution is now the single largest environmental health risk. More than 7 million people died from air pollution in 2012. Half of those deaths were linked to smoke from indoor stoves. Women and children in third world countries were affected the most.
Do you guys want to learn how to sweep?
That's a wrap.